Well, hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to the channel. I'm Mac Mayhem, and this is a reading. Alright, so practice discernment. Time isn't real. Take what resonates, right? Right. So, as I was shuffling your cards, prepping for the reading, a lot of this card called the Dancer kept coming through on the split, basically. And I spoke something about that out loud. It's a lot of dancing energy here. And the song that came with that was "We Can Dance If We Want To. We Can Leave Your Friends Behind. Because if your friends don't dance, and if you don't dance, well, you're no friend of mine." So there may be something in that song for you. You may just need to, you could turn it on and feel a vibe, and dance in ways you haven't danced before. Alright, or in a long time. So, heads up. You can dance if you want to. Alright, so we're going to look at the alchemical process that's taking place right now. First, we're going to pull from the Citadel deck. Bottom of the deck, we have the Cartographer. It's card 66, okay, if that has any meaning for you. This is a crossroads, mapping out where we're going to go next, right? Overarching, before we even get started, because I've already pre-shuffled this, we have the Herald. So, small regrets. Now, this could be you or this could be somebody else. But this kind of gives me the vibe of, like, maybe you or somebody else followed this white rabbit at some point. And, you may regret some of the things that you found out. It could be, and that could be slightly occultish too, because with the snakes here. Okay, and occult just means hidden, right? So, just a heads up. Alright. Let's see what we get here. What is the theme of this reading here? Spirit, with the alchemical process that's taking place currently. This could even be the subject matter. Oh, this came right back out. The Herald. Small regrets and longing. So, it says, it's easy to get caught up in the what ifs. But what if you go forward holding on to all of those little regrets? You're going to miss out on all of the pleasures of the moment. Be your own herald of change and bring something new and more positive into your life. Don't let the force of your own feelings separate you from finding joy in the path you're on now. So, this could even be like, talking about your own feelings. So even like shifting into the feelings of whomever you want to be in a future, like on your most highest timeline, in your best life, right? Either way, however you choose to do it, whatever perspective or approach you choose to take, apply, whichever, it's just got to be different from what you currently have done, will done, or will have done, and maybe are doing, okay? And that's quite possibly what we'll learn in the alchemical process that's taking place, okay? Alright, overarching, we have the Muse, generosity, naivety. So, this gives me the energy that you may very well have this Muse-like energy in front of you, around you, however, that is giving you, you know what they say about muses, like muses are, somebody finds a muse and then they kind of create because of the different, the inspiration, the creativity, different things like that are sparked within a person based off of a muse, okay? Let's see. Being optimistic, belief in the potential for a better outcome, especially if okay, so this ties in together too. You may find somebody too, you may meet somebody or know somebody who can assist you with this. That's why this is an outside energy, okay, that is almost on offer up to you to assist this herald energy within in shifting their feelings. Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. And at the bottom we have the alchemist. Super cool. Balance, invention, destruction. Alright. In order to create something new, in order to create, something must be dismantled in order to make space. But in all alchemy, nothing is ever truly, I cannot read this one. Nothing is ever truly destroyed. The new is built on the foundations of what has come before, and there are lessons to be learned from the rubble. Alright, so you are almost tearing, or you're being asked to tear this herald energy down, like bring it down to the ground, right? And from that, whatever lessons you may learn from it allows this muse energy here entry, and entry point even. Then we have the waker beyond that, the alchemist, the waker, and the merchant. Self-worth. So awareness and self-worth. Awareness of your current surroundings. Yeah, so you need to be aware of this energy too, like being able to sense when this muse is there. I'm gonna go grab a card holder real quick. My apologies. All right. All right. So, that's what we got here. So this is the older energy, current energy technically, the herald. We're wanting to not necessarily focus on this muse, but kind of to allow this to kind of move on, to even hop away with the rabbit do, right? All right. What alchemical process is currently taking place with this herald and muse scenario? Spirit for Sagittarius, please and thank you. We have dissolution. This is surrender. This is dissolving, okay? Formlessness. It says, the form becoming formless, considered the heart of alchemy. Solve et coagula. Dissolve to unite. A dissolving of definitions, identities, and labels. The strongholds of ego drown here, humbling and disorienting. The self we knew has disappeared. Who are we now by surrendering to the waves? Okay. So oh wow. So the old you's gone. Okay. Where Jupiter is the overarching of this layer. Because of expansion, possibility, okay? It says keep the bigness of Jupiter in, almost like in check. So to me that's kind of like ego too, like being aware of what you've kind of accomplished here. This could have took place in spring, initially, okay? Which wasn't that long ago, technically. It's July 12th today. Then we have conjunction. That's divine union. And then we have initiation with Raven's Head. Okay, so. This is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Can I get... Alright. Oh, 2. Cool. The uncreated. The unconceived. The seed. The seed of the seed. That's funny. Okay, so... This gives me like adolescent, like super young vibes for some reason. I don't know why. card indicates the subtle but profound force that summons all that will be into existence. It's pure intelligence of creation, pulsing at the door of reality. Its timing is precise and it's happening now. Do not delay. Send an invitation to the uncreated. Allow it to formulate and gestate. So that's almost like sending an invitation to this muse. And the muse is what and who will assist you in creation, in creating whatever you desire, whatever you fancy, baby. Yeah, it can be anything, it could be absolutely anything. You just gotta figure out what it is when you get to that part, The androgen, this is creative transcendence, multiplicity, this is the artist. So this uncreated energy is going to allow, the muse is going to create something that will allow this artist, this androgen, this balanced energy between masculine and feminine to also emerge from within you. Okay? This may you may get to this part of the process by winter. Okay? So that's December 21st. All right, one more. We got two, of course. Oh boy. Smoke and Quicksilver. So Quicksilver is about being in between thresholds, okay? In between two worlds. Smoke is very simply put smoke, right? Something is on fire. Where there's smoke, there's fire, basically. Could be at this doorway. Let's see. Okay, so smoke is warning, illusion, stealth-like, and seductive. Warning of a flame somewhere in the laboratory. The warning of fire cannot be ignored. Was the fire intended? And the Quicksilver, it's a transition between physical and unseen worlds. Between life and death, between science and esoteric. Ability to stand at the doorway between worlds. Work of the shaman, teacher, sage, and artist. So this is almost like something's coming through that door. Could be an illusion. Or it's almost like a magician standing at the doorway waiting for this to take place so they could like throw some type of smoke bomb or something to thwart it, Let's see. Lightning. This could have been something that's happened, that's taken place a couple of times, but this is almost like the Ouroboros here, and that's the cycle of it's the dragon eating its own tail over and over again. This is perfectionism, facade. Okay, so this is talking about you and an energy, a personality, something like that you may try to present in this moment. That's the smoke. That's the illusion. You have to come at this in genuine, your authentic energy, okay? This won't be able to take place unless you are exactly who you say you are and know you are at the root of you, the core of you. Because if you come trying to put on a front, it's not going to happen. I hate to say it that way, but it is what it is. The universe knows the energy, like they can read it. They don't need your explanation. You don't get any time to give excuses for why the universe is registering and reading you at this certain vibration that is not yours. You don't get those. You don't get that time. It knows. So I will say, and it probably sounds shitty, save yourself the trouble. I see despicable face right here at the bottom. Save yourself the trouble and look at this first before you move into this. And this is the despicable face. What is hidden? Okay, what parts of you, or what part of you feels ashamed of this process, of yourself, if it's something specific about this alchemical process, or it just could be something, obviously, within you about, it's so far reaching, you never know where it's going to come from. That's what I would say has probably been the most difficult part of my journey, is like pinpointing where and when these things are located within me. So something below the surface wants to be witnessed in order to be transformed. Buried resentments, insecurity, or a physical characteristic that hold us back from being our true self. Through acceptance, we lift the veil of perfection. Okay. And it's something that makes you feel like you have to be perfect. You know, and something like, okay, let me tell you this. Before I did this reading, I wanted to make sure that this table looked right, so I kind of did a real quick finish on it. Took me 5 minutes, right? Nothing crazy. But then I kind of messed with my camera angles. I don't know if that's necessarily being a perfectionist, but I can see how I relate to that, right? So it could be with like presentation. Whatever you're doing where you're feeling yourself getting fussy and overdoing it, that's where your answer lies, okay? And after that, you got sugar, okay? This is like, it's sacred sweetness and pleasure. Ooh, but it may have something to do with pleasure, okay? Where the shame lies. Reminds us of our longing for simple pleasures. A call to explore the simple sweetness in life. Can you add tenderness to your experiment? Pleasure you crave will not be found from something from childlike wonder. It won't be found from manufactured means, but from a childlike wonder. And you got glass. You'll be able to see it clearly for sure. Follow your intuition with the moon here. Alright. I'm not going to go too deep into it because I feel like that's pretty explanatory. Let's go. I will do the message from the universe in a second. Sorry. That. Nope, I want to do these other ones. If I can find it. Sorry for the shaky camera. Come on. Alright. If you didn't get seasick, bouncing around there. Time for Sagittarius. Let's do some U's. Alright. Once you start laughing, you start healing. I love that. If you aren't ready to laugh at what's going on, then laugh at something else. The internet is filled with ridiculous shit. Laugh at that or call up your best friend who you trust to make fun of your problems in that loving, brutal way they do. Just start laughing. You don't have anything to lose. I think that's great. I think we have definitely lost touch with... We're just so serious all the time. So, that's what I got for you, Sag. If it helped, I hope it helps. I hope you find some clue in there to assist you. And until next time, good luck.